he is creating an animated reconstruction of the Führerbunker. Neubauer is using only architectural plans and photographs as sources in building the model.
The most difficult part is, of course, research, to find reliable information, which is not eyewitness account.
He starts at the site of the bunker.
Here, exactly on the spot, 7 meters underground, would have been the place where Hitler committed suicide. And they had to move him into the garden. From here they had the problem, there was a lot of shooting, so they had to find a quick spot to burn him. So they moved more or less 4 meters further into a ditch. So here they dropped him, and here they burned him. And it's also the place where the Russians found him several days later.
Dr. Nick Bellantoni has just an hour to examine the Hitler evidence in the Russian archive. He begins by examining a stack of documents known as the Operation Myth files. Operation Myth was launched by Russian dictator Joseph Stalin in December 1945 to investigate the circumstances surrounding Hitler's death. He named it Myth because he suspected Hitler's death was a myth and that he had, in fact, escaped. The files are a compilation of forensic reports and witness interrogations. Among the documents, Bellantoni makes a surprise discovery. A map of the bunker drawn by Hitler's bodyguard, Rochus Misch. But the clock is ticking, and Bellantoni is forced to move on. He moves to a fragment of the sofa where Hitler reportedly died.
Look how dark the stains are when this was freshly taken, and look how faded the stains are now today. That's pretty dramatic, actually.
Bellantoni begins by using cotton swabs to moisten old, dried blood so that he can lift a viable DNA sample to test.
I'd like to get another sample. Get a little discoloration. The problem is, in terms of a potential DNA analysis, we're probably getting contamination of people that have touched this over the years so many times. But let's take the sample back.
He takes samples from 5 different parts of the sofa, putting each into a separate envelope so there's no cross-contamination. Next, he examines the skull. The bullet wound is clear.
It looks like an exit wound. This would be the back of the cranial fall, right about in here.
The skull does show evidence of exposure to fire. Using a special chart to look at bone color and cracking, Bellantoni determines that the skull was not burned for long.
There is some burning going on here, not a cremation, but a burning nonetheless.
With time running out to record the evidence, Bellantoni takes photographs and makes sketches. He also gathers a physical sample for testing.
Because of the way this has been stored, bone is flaking off.
The fragments will allow Mystery Quest to perform the world's first DNA analysis of the skull.
What we'll do at this point now is to take all of the photographic evidence we have, the samples we have taken, along with the information of the crania that we have, and we'll bring these all back to the United States and do some laboratory analysis to see what we can extract here that might help us with this mystery.